I'm Lindsey Weaver. I'm in the LPN class of 2018 at BTC. I just started feeling like part of BTC when I started getting to know everybody. When the office workers would say, "Hey Lindsey, how's it going?" And just when I started forming friendships with the girls in my class. Other things that made me feel like I belonged here was definitely the instructors. Very personal relationships with them. I don't think you advertise enough. You guys have parking spots for all of your students. I think that's amazing. My favorite clinical rotation was by far our OB rotation. I learned so much. Obviously we had an OB class, and nothing could have prepared me for childbirth. So I'm glad I got to experience the real thing. I think I was just so surprised by the way that the girls that were working on the floor that day, the morning was slow, and we got caught up on paperwork, and they showed me the ropes with everything, and then all of a sudden everybody started giving birth at the same time, and so we were running from room to room, and it was just magical how the team works. They all just ran in, and everybody had a spot, everybody had something to do, and I didn't realize it was so, mapped out. I chose BTC above everybody else because I wanted to get all of my prereqs done during class, which it was a little hectic to get everything done at the same time, but I didn't want to change my mind. So I just signed up and dove in. I loved how small it was, and I loved how nice it was. Everything's pretty high tech, and everything stays clean. I saw you guys on a brand new looking building going through and patching up paint spots and everything. So I like that you guys keep up with it so well. Crazy and fun, and we did a lot of pranks. So pranksters, I guess. I'm sure you guys have already heard this story several times, and probably today too, but my favorite was the teachers were used to us, whether it be hiding under the desk for one of them to come in and scare them, or every once in a while we would go to a different class, turn off the lights, shut the door and hide, wait for our teacher to come in and think, I wonder where everybody is this the right day? One of those days, Mrs. Holder realized that we were gone. She went and hid in the hall behind a wall and sent out a remind. It's like a text message that told us all if we weren't up in the computer lab in 1 minute, then we were disqualified from taking the exam. And we all took off running, and she was just right in the hall waiting for us. So that was pretty fun to be pranked back. My perspective has changed about myself while I've been at BTC because I turned 30 while I was in class here, and I've been to college off and on. I've taken classes here and there, and I've never really followed through with it. And I was kind of worried getting past my 20s to actually follow through. And it feels good to follow through with this. And I guess just my perspective on school in general is that I can do this. I decided to be a nurse because I have always loved people. I enjoy building relationships with people, and I love to help people. A struggle that I went through in school would definitely be third semester pharmacology. And it was rough, but Mrs. Mock, probably in the middle of the semester, changed her teaching style to fit our learning style. She started doing concept maps, and from there it got easier. I'm not going to say it was like a piece of cake for sure, but it was definitely a lot easier. For future students, I would say don't quit. go through it. You can. Everybody that starts is capable of doing it. Just takes a lot of time. It's not hard stuff to remember. It's just so time consuming, and just dedicate yourself to that. Going home after school and still doing homework all night is definitely something that you'll face. If I could tell the staff anything, it would just be thank you for just staying on all of us. The consistency with the staff, they're all on the same page. They all care, and I've went to Miss Mock probably 3 times during this year and had a pep talk from her, and every time I left her office I felt better, and I think that's great. Miss Holder, she's so tough, but that helped me so much too, just to know that this is her way of doing things, and she wasn't going to wiggle. And then Mrs. Jones has such a big heart for everybody, and she let us know, stop taking things so seriously. Everything's going to be okay if you're working towards it, And I think they made an excellent team. I would definitely like to thank my friends and family for sticking through this year. It's been rough trying to make it to everything, and my wife has put up with, the house being revolving around school. I've had my paperwork in the living room for a whole year. She's understood all late nights that I was up until 3 o'clock in the morning and having to get up in the morning, and really she's been there through all of it, right beside me.